Hello there, everybody, and today for my movie review of this week, I'm reviewing The Fast and the Furious. So, this is a very controversial movie saga that's been going on since, I forget when this movie came out, 2001, and there's a lot of sequels, and I feel people are very mixed on these movies, is there really even a good one in this series, since it's really just an over-the-top racing movie. But honestly, that's what we came for when watching this movie. It's just like a crazy racing movie. Like, I'm not myself a car person per se, but the cars do look pretty awesome in this movie, and we got a great cast over here. We got Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordan Brewster. I'm just naming the people on the poster, but this movie's about an undercover cop who is forced to go in a drag race criminal activity and put a stop to it. So Paul Walker plays Brian O'Connor in this. Rest in peace to Paul Walker. Yeah, I know he died back in 2013 in that unfortunate accident. It's very sad that he died, but they kept the franchise going without him, and they did do CGI him in the 7th movie, and Vin Diesel did recently announce that they're going to bring Brian back, but how? I'm going to guess they're going to do CGI, or they're going to bring his brother? We'll just have to wait and see, but it would be nice to see a nice farewell to Paul Walker in the final Fast and Furious movie. But anyway, that's a different topic, but I do like Brian O'Connor in this movie. I think he's very likable as a character, as a protagonist. I think Paul Walker does a great job as that character, a crooked cop, well, just trying to figure himself out. He tries to get the girl in this movie, but when things start to get high in this movie, it just becomes really stressful for him. But what really works about this movie is the racing sequences. Once Paul Walker gets into that green racing car, the movie just becomes a super over-the-top racing movie. We hear all the buttons clicking for the car. We just see these cars just racing and them challenging each other, and it's just so fun to watch. Like, it's just fun to see these cars just zoom across the land. Like, I know street racing is illegal in real life, and I do not encourage it at all, but it's wild that they were able to film these scenes in these cars. And what's even scarier is Paul Walker, before you watch the movie on DVD, he tells people to do not attempt to do these kinds of stunts, since it's all professional. And it's scary that he's telling us to be safe on the road, and then years later he would die in a car crash himself, because he honestly was obsessed with driving cars in real life. He honestly was like a real life Brian O'Connor. But we also meet Vin Diesel's character in this movie. I do like Vin Diesel. I mainly just know him as Groot from the Marvel movies, but he's also known for these movies. And he's definitely a good antagonist in this movie, since we at first think he's the dude who's just a dude committing street crimes, but then we find out he's really the mastermind behind it all. And we first think he's an ally once he tries to escape from the cops after the race. But I do like his dynamic with Paul Walker. I think they got good chemistry. They're just loud dudes screaming at each other in this movie, and we just see a lot of partying scenes. It's just perfect for the environment of this movie. Like the LA, I think it takes place in LA. It just looks like LA, honestly, and that's what really works about this movie. Just everything about it just feels so over the top that you can't help but just enjoy it. It is slow for me to watch this movie overall, but I think this movie, I feel like this one honestly is probably the best of the Fast and Furious movies, since I think my friend the Hedgehog Nerd has said to me before that he thinks after the 7th movie the franchise went downhill. Honestly, the way I see the Fast and Furious movies, they're kind of are just dumb racing movies. but it's kind of fun dumb. Like, you're just watching it just for the street racing, and we see a bunch of familiar actors in these movies, and they're probably just having the time of their life in this movie, honestly. But yeah, I feel like the best part of this movie is the finale, where everything comes together. It leads to Vin Diesel, after getting on a heist after another drag race, he ends up getting injured, and Brian's forced to reveal who he is, even though he's given the job to go undercover. But once it gets outed, he will either be fired or something on the case. But it all leads to like a great finale where they're getting chased by the cops, they're getting chased by each other, people are jumping on the trucks. It's so just over the top, and they're pulling out their guns. It's just fun stuff to look at. But it leads to like the two making amends, of course, and it ends with Vin Diesel even driving into the desert's night. Well, no, desert day. But I think after this movie, Paul Walker would return in the Fast and Furious 2, but Vin Diesel did not return. But I don't know if I review the second movie, I'll probably bring that up. But I think that's the Fast and Furious. So sorry if I skipped some things throughout this movie, but I think I said what I wanted to say. I'd probably give the Fast and Furious probably a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's my favorite movie of all time, but I think if I think of like racing movies, this definitely goes on the list of favorite kind of racing movies. But I definitely want to spend my time reviewing the Fast and Furious movies. I don't know if I'm going to be reviewing it for the next reviews, but we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.